Hello. Today we are going to study about the term moment of force or torque. You may heard about the term torque. Suppose if you are going to if you are planning to buy a car, then obviously you will go to the car showroom. Then those who are sitting in the showroom, they will say that this model's torque is this much, that model's torque is this much. You may heard about it, or if you take any advertisement of the car and all, you can see somewhere it may written that the torque of this car is this much. So like that you may heard. Then actually what you mean by the torque? Torque means nothing. Okay, this is a small concept, but it is a very important thing. Okay, so before explaining about the term torque, I'll just give you an example. Suppose if you are taking a door, okay, our normal, suppose if you are taking a normal door, then this is hinge of the door. Okay, then where we will keep the handle of this door. Normally we all knows the door hinge. Hinge means the joint. Okay, then handle, everything we know. Then if you are looking where we'll keep the this one, what it is called, handle of the door. Yeah, it is here. Is it correct? Obviously the answer is wrong. We will never, the carpenters will never keep the handle near to the hinge. Correct. Instead of keeping here, they will keep the handle at maximum distance from the hinge. Correct. For what they are keeping like that means, why they cannot keep it in near to the hinge? The reason is that if you are keeping at maximum distance from the hinge, if you are keeping the handle at maximum distance from the hinge, then only we will be able to open the door properly. Otherwise we won't be able to open the door. Correct. Yeah. Otherwise, if you are taking another example, if you are taking a spanner, you know that if you are taking a spanner, this is a small picture only. Okay, where we will keep our hand, here or here. Spanner understood, which we are using to tighten or loose the screw and all. Where we'll keep the, where we will hold the spanner? Yeah, obviously at this place only we will keep. Why we are keeping maximum distance? Yeah, the reason is very simple. If we keep if we are keeping maximum distance, then only the rotation will be easy. The rotation will becomes easy only when we keep the handle or hand at maximum distance. So we can say that moment of force means it is a turning effect. Turning effect. Clear? Turning understood? Yeah, moment of force means it is a turning effect only. Means suppose if you are applying a force, then the object will starts to turn with a pivoted point. Means that it would have a hinge above. On the basis of that point, the object will starts to turn. So that force, if a force which can rotate or which can turn a object, that is known as moment of force. The force which is turning an object, that is known as moment of force or torque. Clear? Then I told you firstly, if you are buying a car, they will say about they will mention about the torque of that car. Then what do you mean by torque? Torque means the turning of the car, the turning. So suppose if we are in a market, we need a car with the maximum torque, means we have to rotate, we if you want to park the car and all properly and all, means we need a car with a high torque. Clear? Okay, so I hope you understood that what you mean by the moment of force. Moment of force means if a force which turn an object with a pivot, that force is known as moment of force or torque. The torque we can, the symbol of the torque is like this. We are representing like this. Clear? It is a Greek letter tau. Okay. Then we have to study two types of moment of forces are there, clockwise and anti-clockwise moment of forces. Suppose first one we can take anti-clockwise moment of force. Moment of force. Suppose if you are taking an object and consider this as the point of action. So if you apply a force, the object is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction, I hope you are understood, the just opposite to the direction of the rotation of our normal clock. Clear? The against the rotation of clock. So clock is rotating like this. So anti-clockwise means like this. Okay, just opposite to it. So if an object, which is when we apply a force, if the object is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, that is known as anti-clockwise moment of force. This anti-clockwise moment of force we are always considering as positive. Don't think that it is negative. Okay, when the problem part comes, you will be able to understand it. So anti-clockwise moment of force means when we apply a force, if the object is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, that force is known as anti-clockwise moment of force. And if an object is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, then it would be positive in sign. Clear? Then next one is clockwise moment of force. Next one which we are going to study about clockwise moment of force. Suppose if you are if you are taking an object and if you apply a force at this point, means point of action, then if the object will starts to rotate in clockwise direction. When we apply a force on an object, then if the object starts to rotate in clockwise direction, that force is known as clockwise moment of force, and it would be always negative. Clear? So you studied about two types of moment of force, positive and negative. Clockwise means positive, anti-clockwise means positive, clockwise means negative. Then next one which we have to study, the equation of the how to find out, how to calculate the moment of force. Moment of force is equal to, it is the product of the force which we are applying and perpendicular distance between point of action and turning point. Clear? Moment of force means it is the product of force and perpendicular distance. So this is the equation to calculate the moment of force. Moment of force, how to calculate? Force into perpendicular distance. Suppose if you are taking a door, this is the hinge and this is a handle, means where we are applying the force. So force into perpendicular distance, the distance in between the handle and the hinge. Clear? Then what is the unit of the moment of force? What is the unit of force? We know that the unit of force is Newton and the distance unit is meter. So the unit of the moment of force is Newton meter. Clear? So these are the examples of the moment of force. We studied some examples and all. So in your textbook, page number 2, 3 and 4, okay, up to the heading couple, you just read it and study it. Okay, any doubt, please contact me. I'll send the notes along with this video. Write it and study it. Okay, thank you.